Okay, I'm going to show you how to make authentic chicken curry, Indian restaurant style. I always went to Indian restaurants, really loved the flavour, but could never cook it at home. Tried the jars, the tins, everything, never quite tasted the same. So after a long time of messing around with all the different spices and stuff and watching all the other videos on YouTube, I finally managed to come up with something that tastes actually quite close to an Indian restaurant style chicken curry. Okay, so first of all we're going to run through the ingredients that you're going to need, but I'm going to post all these ingredients on the description in the video. So if it's too quick for you, don't worry. Okay, the time by the way now is 9 o'clock. So we're going to pause this sometimes because you're not going to want to watch onions frying and chicken cooking, but all the important stuff we're going to catch, okay? So if we swing this round now, we're going to go through the spices that we're going to use, and all this stuff is cooked from scratch, no jars, tins, anything like that. Okay, we have 1 teaspoon of paprika. Right, 1 teaspoon of paprika. Okay, we have 2 teaspoons of madras curry powder. 1 teaspoon of onion seeds. 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. 1 teaspoon of ground coriander powder. 1 teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 to 4 teaspoons of garam masala, and half a teaspoon of chili. If you want it any hotter, you can add more chili, obviously. Okay, I'm cooking this for 2 people, okay, but I'm making enough sauce for 4 people. So I've used 1.5 chicken breasts, okay. We've got 2 medium to large onions, but been really finely chopped. Okay. We've got 1 400-gram jar of blended tomato. You could use chopped tomatoes and blend them yourself, or just chopped tomatoes. It doesn't really matter, but I like it smoother. And also we have nearly half a glass of coconut milk. Don't worry if you think, I don't like coconut, it don't matter. It doesn't taste like coconut, it just smooths out the curry, makes it really good. Okay, we also have 4 garlic cloves and that much tomato puree. Also this much margarine, butter or butter ghee. But it really tastes the same, so don't worry. Okay, also in the second part of this video, in part 2, I'm going to show you how to make the fantastic Indian pilau rice, that's that yellow rice. Also I'm going to show you how to make a basic mint reata, which is the mint yogurt dip. And also we're going to do some poppadoms as well. These, I know you can get these all over the world, okay? Your local Indian supermarket will stock these. These are the poppadoms that they use in the restaurants. They're really cheap, but they're amazing, as you will see later on. Okay, we're going to cook the curry first, and we're going to use a wok. Okay, so you put the wok on heat. First thing to do is get your butter, slap that in there like that. Okay, this wok is already warm. Start to melt down. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the chicken, and we're going to cook it until it starts to go brown, and we're going to cook it in the butter. This is going to make the chicken really tasty. Once the chicken's cooked, we're going to take the chicken out, but we're going to leave this butter in there. So that's started to go now. We can add the chicken in. Okay. Because this has had fresh chicken in, you really don't want to use it again. You want to slap it straight in the dishwasher or wash it, or you know, just swill it out for now. Get another fresh plate to put the chicken back into once it's cooked. Okay, so while the chicken's cooking, you've got to keep moving it around like that. and keep it on, not super high, but like a medium heat. Okay, we'll keep it moving. Okay, we're going to pause this now, otherwise, because this is going to take 5, 6, 7 minutes, something like that. So when we come back, that'll be done. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so the cooking's been the chicken has now been cooking for 6 or 7 minutes, and you see you want it to be really cooked through properly. Transfer that chicken to a bowl, leave it there, but keep in all that butter. Put it back on the heat, and straight away put in all the onions.
You're going to turn your heat up?
I am going to turn my heat up, yeah. Thanks for that, Mr. Director. This is Joanne, by the way, she's directing this. Okay, so we turn the heat up a bit, get these onions sizzling. These onions are going to soak up this butter fairly quick. And make sure it's mixed around properly like that. As soon as you put the onions in, get the fenugreek seeds and put them in as well. So your fenugreek seeds are cooking at the same time as your onions. Mix them round. Right. Turn the heat down. Now this is the time consuming part of doing a chicken curry, is cooking the onions. It's going to soak up that butter fairly quick, so you might want to add a little bit of vegetable oil. Okay, stir that round. Smells amazing. I might just eat it as it is, but I might not. Okay, the important thing with the onions is you really need to cook them for quite a long time. So the time is now 9:15, so we've been at this 15 minutes. We're going to pause again and come back when these onions are ready. You're going to know they're ready because we're going to give these 10-15 minutes to cook. They're going to start to reduce and they want to be starting to go brown. I don't want to burn them, but they want to be going brown. This is really important for the flavour. Okay, otherwise you're going to just have raw onion flavour in your curry sauce, and you really don't want that. Okay, so we'll be back in a mo. Okay, so the onions and the fenugreek have been frying now for about 15 minutes. As you can see, they're nice and brown. What we're going to do now, before we go on to part 2, because we've run out of time, is add all the spices that we've got here. So the garam masala and the chili all goes in. The coriander powder, the salt and pepper, the tumeric powder, the onion seeds, paprika, and the madras powder. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to stir all this in. Now all this powder is now going to soak up the oil and the butter quite a lot. So make sure you've got that well mixed in like that. Okay. You might want to add a little bit more vegetable oil. And you need to cook this for about 3-4 minutes until it starts to get really, really aromatic before we do anything else. Okay. Also, while these are frying, you need to keep stirring it, make sure it doesn't start sticking to the bottom of the wok or the pan or whatever you're using. Otherwise it just becomes a nightmare trying to get it all off the bottom of the pan. So anyway, you can see that kind of look that you're going for there. I'm going to do this. Okay, so you want to leave that for about 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to end part 1 now, and then we'll be back with part 2. Okay, thanks very much.